Ho ho ho. Here I am, hiding in the background appropriately for making some Christmas backgrounds. So in this particular case I am using the Ecamm Basecamp profile. So if you want to copy me exactly, you can go and download the Ecamm Basecamp profile from the Selfie store. It's free at the moment, rolling up to Christmas. So if you want to exactly do what I'm doing, then go download that profile. It's got 75 scenes in, which sounds like a lot, but they're neatly laid out for you to use and measured up nicely with all the cameras in place and things like that. So it's a very good starting point. But you don't really want everything for this particular example, at least I don't. So I'm just going to choose a few scenes that I'm going to work with. So in this case I'm going to choose blank one and drop it down to my desktop. And then I'm going to come and I'll say maybe countdown one, which is this one here. And I'm going to take the countdown, I'm going to drop it onto my desktop. So I don't need any of the other ones that are in here for the moment. I'm going to look at ones that have got solo profiles, and I'm maybe going to choose this one here, which is the solo title. So I'm going to grab that and drop it onto the desktop, and then I'm also going to grab one of the guest ones as well. So maybe the host with one guest and comments, and drop that down onto my desktop. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to take those and drop them into a new blank profile. Now I can't demo that while I'm in demo mode at the moment, because it won't let me change my profile. So I'm going to have to stop this recording and I'm going to have to come back with a new blank profile. So I'm just going to do that. See you in a moment. So here I am with a new blank profile, which I've called Christmas Show. So totally blank, nothing in it. But what I want to do is take these 4 files here and drop them into my show. So if I come and grab these 4 files, so I've just selected the 4 files, move them over here. I'm looking for the little plus sign to appear. So the plus sign appears when you drag it over there, and in come my scenes. So I've got a bunch of scenes in here. This one's a blank one, then we have a countdown one, and a couple of other scenes as well. Now you're not going to see very much in them at the moment because we don't have any backgrounds on there, so we're going to need some backgrounds. So in order to get that, I've taken the PNG files that have got backgrounds in directly from the folder. If you've downloaded the profile for the Christmas pack, you can see all of those. Now you could drop them straight from the folder, or you can take them, drop them onto your desktop and then pull them in. And I want to put them in show in background. Let's see if it wants to put them in show in background. Sometimes it doesn't, but it has, so that's nice. All of my backgrounds have come in, and suddenly when I move to my different scenes, you are going to see that all of them have got the backgrounds in. And the backgrounds, the top one in showing background is the one that's going to be visible for you. So I might tidy this up a little bit by putting them into a folder. That's just me being a little bit fussy, but let's have that. Because a little bit later we'll go add some effects and things, but I'm going to take all of those and just drop them into a folder just to keep it neat and tidy, just in case I want to get rid of all of my backgrounds. So if I click on that, I'll get rid of all of them. So at the moment the top one of showing backgrounds is going to be the one that's visible. So if I hide the top one, we're going to see the next one down, and so on and so forth. So you can see there's a whole bunch of backgrounds in various different styles, some with snow, some with fairy lights, some are darker than others and more minimal than others. It just depends what you want from your background. So I've got a selection of different ones available to you, right down to a nice red one. But let's come back up to the top, reveal that one there, and we'll just go play about with that particular background. Now you might not like the overall colour of that. That might be a bit too bright and breezy. So what can we do about that? Well, we can add a shape in. So if I come down and add in a shape, in this case that shape has covered the whole screen because the last time I used it, it did cover the whole screen, but you might need to make sure that the edges on that are not curved, so turn off your corner radius and then add in your box covering the whole screen. Now I want this to show in all scenes, so I'm going to drag it back down to show in background, and it's currently above everything, but you can see already that the scenes have picked up on that colour. So in fact, if you didn't want a snowy looking scene, you could just choose to have a complete blank scene like that, colour covering everything. So back to my blank one. What do I actually want to do? Well, I want to reveal some of the background of the Christmas background number 1. So to do that, what I can do is come up here and choose a different blend mode. So if I choose blend mode overlay, which is one of my favourites, then suddenly the background comes through with a bit of an orange tint to it. So let us just remove that tint again. So if I remove the tint, you can see it's gone back to the greeny colour. If I bring it back in again, it's gone kind of orange, and the reason for that is that I've got an orange to red tint in here. So if I chose a different colour, I don't want to choose that green, I don't think, let's choose that green, then my greeny colours are coming back in again. So I want to make it orange again, I want to make it purple. I can change the tints of those very, very easily. So it's kind of purpley there at the moment. If I chose a different background, it will pick up on a different background and make that a bit purpley. So you'll see that all of the ones that I had before, that one's nice and sort of purpley coloured now. If I get rid of my blend mode rectangle, in fact let's just call it blend, blend and tint, because it's actually doing 2 functions there. So if I call it blend and tint, but get rid of it, then it's gone back to the sort of beige colour. Bring it back on again, and I've got that purpley to purple to red colour going on. So that's how easy it is to change the colours in the background. So what I also might want to do is perhaps put a title on this show as well. So let's just add a title on the show. So I'm going to add in a text overlay. Now I've already chosen a font which I've gone and downloaded for free called Christmas Nordic. So here I've got my show, Christmas show, and I could just have it like that, couldn't I? I might add in another bit of text as well. So here's my Christmas show, move that to the middle, up a bit, down a bit, left a bit, aim, fire. There's the middle for my Christmas show. Now I might also want to, if I liked, put in a little bit of a shadow on that as well to bring it out a bit, and suddenly I've got quite a nice Christmas show background to start off with. And you can choose any one of those backgrounds, and you can choose your blend and tint to change the colours. You can even come into your blend and tint and move the radius around. So you moving around this little wheel is just moving around where the colour tint sits. And for instance, that one to me looks a bit yellow up at that top corner and top left. I didn't really like that too much, so let's move it down a bit, and I think that looks slightly better. So that's how easy it is to change all your backgrounds. You could drop in your own background of course as well and play about with that, but it's this simple little blend here that's allowing me to have what I think is a more dynamic look and feel to the background. So that's the end of lesson 1. Hopefully I'll come back in lesson 2 and build on this a little bit.